After U.S. President Donald Trump took too long to condemn white supremacists and his subsequent social media post denouncing the removal of pro-slavery Civil War Confederacy monuments, people have been sharing Hilary Clinton's campaign trail warnings about electing Donald Trump. The video has received over 65,000 retweets when we last checked and 110,000 likes on Twitter.
Donald Trump has built his campaign on prejudice and paranoia. He is taking hate groups mainstream and helping a radical fringe take over the Republican Party. It's a disturbing preview of what kind of president he'd be. And that's what I want to make clear today. A man with a long history of racial discrimination, who traffics in dark conspiracy theories drawn from the pages of supermarket tabloids and the far dark reaches of the internet, should never run our government or command our military. This is someone who retweets white supremacists online, like the user who goes by the name White Genocide TM. Trump took this fringe bigot with a few dozen followers and spread his message to 11 million people. No one should have any illusions about what's really going on here. The names may have changed. Racists now call themselves racialists. White supremacists now call themselves white nationalists. The paranoid fringe now calls itself alt-right. But the hate burns just as bright. And this isn't just about one election. It's about who we are as a nation. It's about the kind of example we want to set for our children and our grandchildren. Next time you see Trump on TV, think about all the children listening across America. You know, kids hear a lot more than we think.
Well, the nation watched horrified as violence and hate erupted this past weekend in Charlottesville, culminating in the death of one woman when a car drove into a crowd of counter-protesters while supremacists marched boldly and openly chanting Nazi slogans and espousing hate before police say one of them ran down counter-protesters on purpose. In the face of all of that, President Trump offered only the weakest response before grudgingly condemning racists on Monday. But nothing that Trump did this weekend was surprising. The winking nods to the white nationalists, the weak denunciation that attempted to blame many sides for neo-Nazis, the outrage that critics would dare suggest he hadn't gone far enough to deplore hate. It all came straight from Trump's 2016 campaign playbook. The playbook, incidentally, was described by the prestigious Atlantic Journal as campaign in populism, govern in plutocracy, meaning Trump's election campaign, which was all about bringing back manufacturing jobs, banishing elite interests in Washington, D.C., lifting up the disadvantaged whites so that they could again enjoy their demographic and cultural advantages, was actually about old-fashioned enrichment of the rich. His closest advisors include multimillionaires and billionaires. His recently sacked advisor, Anthony Scaramucci, was openly pushing a role that would enable wealth managers to put their interests over those of their clients. His plans for tax cuts would reduce government revenues by $6 trillion over the next decade. What's playing out in Charlottesville and spreading to other parts of the U.S. is the picture of a deeply divided nation, a deeply divided America, which is at odds with itself.